traffic lights, it's all the debris. I want to go out to Pinellas County because I'll never forget. Larissa Scott was out there yesterday in front of a huge
Braca.
Let's go out to her live this morning.
Braca. Well, the people's greatest fear came upon them. Reporting live. Did the Diddler escape? Or did they just let him go? You be the judge and jury. There's a lot going on in the world.
There's no VIP section, there is no concierge, only conmen, killers, and kingpins.
Sean Combs is dangerous and poses an ongoing threat to the safety of the community, adding that he's a flight risk.
Due to his celebrity status and the allegations, this could bring unwanted attention from other inmates and be a threat to Diddy.
Breaking news has just emerged as the FBI has confirmed that Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, has escaped from prison just minutes ago. This shocking development raises questions about how he managed to evade authorities and what implications this will have for his ongoing legal troubles. Will Diddy be apprehended soon? What does this mean for the victims who have come forward against him? Metropolitan Detention Center, commonly referred to as MDC Brooklyn, is the only federal jail located in New York City. Since its opening in the early 1990s, the facility has faced numerous issues that have raised concerns about the treatment of inmates. In recent years, the conditions within the jail have been so severe that some judges have chosen not to send individuals there, reflecting the facility's deteriorating environment. MDC Brooklyn has also been home to several high-profile inmates, including celebrities like R. Kelly and Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as cryptocurrency fraudster Sam Bankman-Fried.
Before him, there were R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and crypto scammer Sam Bankman-Fried.
One of the key problems at MDC Brooklyn is staffing shortages. The Bureau of Prisons has acknowledged the difficulties in maintaining adequate staff levels, which has had a direct impact on the quality of care and security within the facility. In a statement, the Bureau indicated that they are actively working to address these staffing challenges. Their plans include adding permanent correctional and medical staff to ensure that the inmates receive the necessary support and care. Moreover, they are tackling the issue of over 700 backlogged maintenance requests, which could help improve the physical conditions of the jail. The agency is also making efforts to respond to the concerns raised by judges regarding the treatment and conditions at the facility. Despite these efforts, the facility has remained controversial. A recent case involving Sean Combs highlighted the ongoing issues at MDC Brooklyn. Combs' legal team requested that he be allowed to wait for his trial under house arrest at his luxurious $48 million mansion in Miami Beach, Florida. However, a judge denied this request, reflecting the serious nature of the charges against him and the perceived risks of releasing him from custody.
So we made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues.
MDC Brooklyn serves primarily as a detention center for individuals who have been arrested and are awaiting trial in federal courts located in Manhattan or Brooklyn. The jail also houses inmates who are serving short sentences following their convictions. The facility can accommodate approximately 1,200 detainees, although this number has decreased from more than 1,600 earlier in the year. This reduction may be a response to the ongoing issues related to inmate welfare and management. Located in an industrial area on the Brooklyn waterfront, MDC Brooklyn is equipped with outdoor recreation facilities, a medical unit containing examination rooms, and a dental suite. There's also a separate wing dedicated to educational programs, as well as a library that aims to provide inmates with access to educational resources. Despite these amenities, the facility's reputation has been marred by reports of overcrowding, inadequate medical care, and poor living conditions. In 2021, the Bureau of Prisons closed the aging Metropolitan Correctional Center in Manhattan, further solidifying MDC Brooklyn's status as the only federal facility in the largest city in the nation. This transition has placed even more scrutiny on the conditions at MDC Brooklyn, as it now serves as the sole option for federal detainees in New York City.
The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence.
As the Bureau of Prisons continues its efforts to improve conditions, many hope that the reforms will lead to a safer and more humane environment for those held within its walls. The conditions at MDC Brooklyn paint a grim picture of life behind bars for Diddy, but the real concern is his safety. With all the dangers inside, how vulnerable is a high-profile figure like him? What specific dangers might he face in such an environment? Let's explore these pressing concerns next. Sean Diddy Combs is currently being held at the MDC in Brooklyn, which has raised major concerns about his safety. His legal team has been quite vocal about the dangers present in the facility and the dangers he faces because of his fame. The MDC is known for its harsh environment, and many people describe it as hell on earth. This federal detention center has a long history of complaints and legal issues regarding its harsh conditions, making it a place where many fear for their safety. The reputation of the MDC for its harshness is well established.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called hell on earth.
Many inmates and their lawyers have reported frequent incidents of fights, misbehaviors, and even deaths. The environment is chaotic and dangerous, with inadequate staffing making it hard to maintain control and ensure safety. Diddy's lawyers argue that because he is a high-profile individual, he could easily become a target for misconduct or extortion from other inmates. They worry that he might be attacked or harmed while waiting for his trial, which adds to their concern about his well-being. The living conditions at MDC Brooklyn only worsen these safety concerns. Reports indicate that the facility suffers from severe overcrowding, unsanitary conditions, and a lack of basic necessities. Inmates often have very limited access to showers, exercise, and even medical care. The food served in the facility has been described as inedible, contributing to an overall environment that feels neglected and deprived. Such poor conditions have led to many legal actions and public outcry, with some judges even refusing to send inmates to MDC due to how bad it is. Diddy's legal team has brought these issues to light in their efforts to secure his release on bail.
You have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
They have stated that the conditions at MDC are unsuitable for someone awaiting trial and pose a serious risk to his safety and well-being. Despite their attempts to highlight these problems, he remains in custody, often confined to his cell for up to 23 hours a day and under constant surveillance. His lawyers emphasize that the lack of adequate protection and the dangerous atmosphere at MDC make it extremely difficult for him to prepare his defense properly. The Federal Bureau of Prisons has acknowledged that MDC Brooklyn faces many challenges and has stated that they are trying to improve the situation. They have made efforts to add permanent correctional and medical staff and address the backlog of maintenance requests. They also aim to respond to concerns raised by judges regarding the facility's conditions. However, these efforts have yet to result in meaningful improvements, and the ongoing problems at MDC continue to pose serious risks to the safety and well-being of all inmates, including those who are high-profile like Diddy. In a place where dangers and poor living conditions are rampant, the worry about Diddy's safety is very real. The fears expressed by his legal team highlight the serious concerns.
Then we hear this whine baby. I did a teaching on this whine baby whining about that before, not thinking about the victims he put in a tight squeeze.
Conspiracy theories or by sensationalized accounts of his life. They defended the reputation of the legendary parties he hosted, suggesting that they were highly sought after by prominent figures in the entertainment industry. According to the statement, any attempts to distort the truth of those events are mere fabrications from people who were not invited or are trying to create relevance for themselves. As the legal proceedings unfold, there is an undeniable weight of uncertainty hanging over Diddy. The public and media scrutiny surrounding these serious allegations could have lasting implications for him, especially considering the nature of the charges.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
Should he be found guilty, the consequences could be severe, and he may find himself facing additional dangers within the prison system. The charges he faces reflect broader issues of power dynamics, misconduct, and accountability in the entertainment industry. We're diving into a viral post on X, formerly Twitter, that's been making waves online. The post claims that hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs once referred to none other than Bill Gates as his hero. Yeah, you heard that right. Diddy and Bill Gates. But what is this news really about? The viral X post and Diddy's hero. So, what exactly did the viral post claim? Well, it said that Diddy, who was known as P. Diddy back in 2003, expressed his admiration for Bill Gates at a time when he was celebrating a major milestone for his music career. The post blew up pretty quickly, getting more than 73,000 views as of the last count. According to this claim, Diddy was impressed by Gates' ability to build Microsoft from the ground up, and admired the fact that Gates wasn't just handed success on a silver platter. This post seemed to suggest that Diddy saw himself in a similar light, someone who hustled hard to create his own empire. However, it didn't take long for people to question the accuracy of this story, especially since no major media outlets seem to have picked up on this quote before. Now here's where things get interesting. The post references an article published by Wynn in 2003, which cited Reuters as its source. The article reportedly came out after Diddy had just secured a multi-million-dollar distribution deal for his record label, Bad Boy Records, with Universal Music Group. During the press event for this deal, Diddy supposedly mentioned Gates as one of his heroes, alongside other big names like Ali and Jordan. He admired Gates' business savvy, particularly how Gates built Microsoft into a tech giant. He even compared Gates to other figures he admired for their hard work and dedication. But here's the catch. Despite the claim in the viral post, it turns out there's very little evidence to back it up. NeoWin is a tech-focused outlet, and while they referenced Reuters as the source of the original quote, no one has been able to dig up the full transcript or video from this supposed 2003 press event. In fact, even Reuters' own archives don't show any matching reports. This has led some people to wonder if the whole thing might be an exaggeration, or even a misinterpretation. It's not entirely unbelievable that Diddy could have admired.
YouTube. I know Facebook knows, but it was said here by prophetic prophecy that they own the AI. It's them that's making you think you have a Mandela effect. They are the techs. Until it's time to pay the piper and reap what you sow.
Admired Bill Gates. I mean, both of these men are incredibly successful in their fields, and they've each made names for themselves as self-made millionaires or billionaires in Gates' case. In interviews over the years, Diddy has often talked about looking up to people who built their success from scratch, and Gates certainly fits that mold. Diddy has mentioned business leaders, athletes, and even fashion icons as people who inspire him. There is some evidence to suggest that Diddy admired Gates, even if the exact 2003 quote remains unverified. In a 2012 interview with CNBC, as part of their I Am American Business series, Diddy did refer to Gates as one of the great ones. So while the viral post may not have pinpointed the exact moment when Diddy declared Gates his hero, there's at least some truth to the idea that Diddy respected Gates' accomplishments. Could Diddy's admiration for Gates have deeper roots than just business success? What other events or shared experiences might connect these two influential figures? Let's find out. The 2002 Cape Town AIDS benefit. One real connection between the two men is their involvement in charity work. Back in November 2002, Diddy and Gates were both part of the Staying Alive benefit concert in Cape Town, South Africa. This event was aimed at raising awareness for AIDS and was funded in part by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Diddy performed at the concert, which was broadcast by MTV to help spread its message about HIV and AIDS prevention. This collaboration was part of a broader campaign to promote health education. While it's not exactly the same as a business partnership, it does show that the two men crossed paths before, and their shared commitment to philanthropy could have contributed to Diddy's respect for Gates. So, is the claim accurate? Now, here's where things get murky. The claim about Diddy calling Gates his hero in 2003 hasn't been confirmed by any major media outlets like the New York Times or Los Angeles Times. In fact, even when looking at press coverage of Diddy's deal with Universal Music Group, there's no mention of Gates. The NeoWin article cited Reuters, but as we mentioned earlier, no one has been able to track down that original report. And then there's the fact that major events in Diddy's career around that time, like his big distribution deal with UMG and his ventures in fashion and lifestyle, didn't seem to involve Gates at all. Sure, Gates was making waves in the tech world, and Microsoft was pushing into new areas like gaming with the launch of the Xbox. But beyond the charity event in Cape Town, there doesn't seem to be much connecting Diddy and Gates during this period. If this story lacks concrete evidence, why does it continue to capture public interest? Could there be a more complex reason behind the resurfacing of this quote and its connections to recent events? Let's look at the conspiracy theories between Epstein and Gates. The Epstein factor and conspiracy theories. Unfortunately, part of what makes this viral post so controversial is the way it's been used to connect Gates to the recent legal challenges Diddy has been facing. Some social media users are trying to paint Gates as being somehow involved in the scandal surrounding Diddy, which includes serious allegations of misconduct. Diddy's recent indictment on federal charges related to racketeering and trafficking has only added fuel to the fire.
A lawsuit of more than 100 people and allegations of sexual abuse and assault.
For Gates, this kind of speculation is nothing new. Ever since his meetings with Jeffrey Epstein came to light, conspiracy theorists have been quick to link him to various controversies. Even though Gates has denied any wrongdoing and said his meetings with Epstein were purely about philanthropy, the rumors haven't gone away. The resurfacing of this 2003 quote about Gates being Diddy's hero has only reignited some of those old conspiracies, as people online continue to speculate about hidden connections between the two men. So, while the claim that Diddy once called Bill Gates his hero is plausible, it's hard to confirm without solid evidence. The viral post is based on a single, unverified article from NeoWin, and major outlets haven't backed it up. That said, there's no doubt that Diddy respects Gates for his entrepreneurial achievements, even if the exact wording of that 2003 quote remains in question. Whether or not you believe the claim, it's clear that both Diddy and Gates have had an undeniable impact on their respective industries.
And we're talking about a guy that built the computer program at the same time a virus and the antivirus antidote for you to buy. So you want me to believe that he's going to create AI and not a way to save himself from shutting it down or controlling it? Yeah, I hear y'all.
And as this viral
that's y'all's Mandela effect.
Post shows, the internet never stops digging for connections, whether they're real or just rumors. How have Gates's ties to Epstein impacted public perception of his relationships with other figures like Diddy? And what is the background of Diddy's legal cases? Background of Diddy's legal issues? Sean Diddy Combs has faced several legal challenges over the years, particularly involving allegations of inappropriate behavior at parties and other events. While he remains a towering figure in the music and business industries, these legal issues have cast a shadow over his career. Most recently, Diddy has been involved in multiple legal cases alleging inappropriate conduct at his private parties. Investigations have reportedly been launched into his behavior, with allegations that go back years. According to news sources, Diddy's parties have been under scrutiny, and there are claims that misconduct occurred on multiple occasions.
It doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
It's important to emphasize that Diddy has consistently denied these allegations, and many of these claims are still under investigation.
So we are for sure that he ain't escaping. But being let go and tell the public anything they want to do, now that is a plus. So thank you for coming out to HSE-TV Entertainment, Holy Spirit, Enlightenment, Television, Entertainment. All things is for entertainment purposes, but the spiritual divine ones, y'all know what time it is. But for them, you know. So until next time, happy Shabbat. Enjoy the Day of Atonement for the Kairis, what he did for us. Braka, braka. Not as a punishment, but appreciation.